Hi there folks, and welcome to the What Solutions for this week's The Daily Rigour, issue number 134. A study has estimated that Britain is going to waste 2.2 tonnes of cheese this Christmas, and we have been asked how many grams this is going to be. So how do we change tonnes to grams? That's the big question. Well, we can change tonnes into kilograms first of all, because we should know that there's 1,000 kilograms in a tonne. So we can multiply by 1,000 to change it into kilograms, and then of course there's 1,000 grams in every kilogram, so we can multiply it by 1,000 again. Or you could have done it in one swift swoop, which would have been by multiplying by 1,000,000, of course, because there's 1,000,000 grams in a tonne. Either way you did it, this is what you would have got as your answer. And of course, the question asks us to give it in words. So this is units, tens, hundreds. These are all the thousands. So this 2 is going to be 2,000,000. And this 2 here is going to stand for 200,000. So that's an awful lot of cheese, I think. So on to our second story, our sports story. So an army officer is the first Briton in history to trek unaided across Antarctica. What an incredible attempt. 924-mile journey in 56 days. So on average, how many miles did Captain Rudd travel per day? Well, we can work that out by dividing the total number of miles by the number of days. So it's going to be 924 divided by 56, which comes to 16.5 miles a day. Absolutely incredible effort. More than a half marathon a day in temperatures of minus 30 degrees. What an effort. So on to our health and well-being story. So how long will it take for you to run off your Christmas dinner? It might dismay you when you find out the answer here. So this was actually quite a tricky problem. So it's 10 calories burned per minute running at a moderate pace. So how long would it take a person to run off their Christmas dinner, given your answer in hours, minutes and seconds? So I don't think a quick 20-minute jog round the block is going to work here. Well, first things first, we need to work out the calories consumed. So 496 from a typical starter, add 2128 for a main course, add 1290 for dessert and cheese, and then 1327 for drinks. So that's a whopping 5241 calories in total, bearing in mind men are supposed to consume 2,500 and women 2,000 daily on average. Okay, so this next part's quite tricky. So it's 10 calories burned off per minute. So if we can work out how many tens are in 5,241, that'll give us the number of minutes that we've got to run. So how do we work out how many times 10 goes into 5,241? Well, that would be a divide. So that comes to 524.1 minutes that you would have to run to burn off that amount of calories. So we've to give our answer in hours, minutes and seconds. So we can change minutes into hours by dividing by 60, because there's 60 minutes in an hour, and that comes to 8.735. So we can then change this decimal part into minutes. We can change hours into minutes by multiplying by 60, and that comes to 44.1. And we can change this 0.1 bit into seconds by multiplying by 60 again, because there's 60 seconds in a minute, so that comes to 6. Now if we put all that together, that means you would have to run for 8 hours, 44 minutes and 6 seconds. So that was a really tricky problem there, and I'd be very impressed if you got that to work out. So I think that's going to be Star Wars trilogy, the original one of course, on your tablet, and just don't think about it. And towards the end of Return of the Jedi, you'll have burnt off your Christmas dinner on that treadmill. Okay, so we had a wee bit. I mean, the weather's not been that cold this year, I don't think. But of course, they're in the middle of summer in Australia, and could potentially reach 50 degrees. So there was a temperature peak of 49 degrees in Marble Bar, Western Australia. What was the difference in temperature between this and Antarctica on Thursday? So of course, to answer this question, you're asking for a difference, which is a takeaway, but you've also got to get the Antarctica temperature from the previous story. So it's going to be 49 take away negative 30, and then we just have to do this subtraction. Now when you take away a negative, that's the equivalent of adding, so that's 49 add 30, which is a difference of 79 degrees Celsius. I mean, that's ridiculous to think that there are two places in the same planet with that much of a difference of temperature, but there you have it. But anyway folks, it'll be summer before we know it, not that we'll get temperatures like that. So that was the What Solutions for this week's The Daily Rigour. We hope you enjoyed answering these questions, and stay tuned for next week's edition when we're going to be looking at more stories from the news of the week and the numbers behind them. But in the meantime, thanks for watching and bye for now.